afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live at 4. Charlotte is here on this Thursday, filling in for Mark. How you doing?
Not bad. We're getting closer to Friday,
We're
right?
getting closer to Friday. Mark is actually back stateside, got off the ship, and contributed some video to our news today.
Wait till you see this one.
We're going to share that in just a little while. But here's what's making news today. Some Madison Metro riders are left stranded at bus stops. Our Braden Ross explains what's happening.
6 years ago, the Didion milling plant in Cambria exploded. Today, the company agrees to pay a huge fine.
And the agreement between the UW Regents and GOP lawmakers will force more than 36 employees to switch jobs. Our Will Keneally will tell us who is affected. Let's take a look outside today. What a day.
I know.
Felt like spring, didn't it?
It is gorgeous. Of course, I put on the big puffalump coat, and it's like 50-something degrees out. It says.
You don't even need it. Perfect day to take a run, take the kids for a walk, and the puppies too. The weather words for today: where's December? Good question. Jacob is out on the weather pattern. Where is it, Jacob?
I wish I knew. I mean, I hope it stays away for the most part, because today was very, very nice. Looking at the current conditions outside, completely clear skies, and the temperatures still at 49 degrees. And much of our area is seeing temperatures in the lower 50s at this hour, including portions of Dane County. Now, zooming out a bit further, there are a few locations kind of close to the middle 50s, but in general, we're kind of in that upper 40s to lower 50s range, and our entire region seeing complete sunshine. Now, looking at the highs for today, parts of our area did get up to 54 degrees, and it looks like Madison got up to 51. Very uncommon for December. These 50-degree days are few and far between, so when they do occur, definitely enjoy it. Now, looking at the normal highs, the forecast, that was for yesterday, but looking at the normal, 33 degrees is the average high for this time of year, so we were almost 20 degrees above that. Now, as we look at the current wind speeds, they're also not really a huge factor, so the warm temperature, or the milder temperatures, I should say, aren't really getting impacted by the winds. And looking at the evening forecast, we're going to continue to see clear skies, and temperatures will be in the 30s. So even throughout the evening, the temperatures will be above the average high for this time of the year. Now, we aren't going to be quite as mild as today for the weekend, but we are expected to remain above average. I'll have more details on that and talk about our next chance of rain coming up a little bit later.
First at 4, some bus commuters in Madison have been left waiting for a ride that never comes.
Metro Transit says it's had trouble getting buses on the road this week, leading to delays and even some cancellations. But what's behind the issues? Our Braden Ross is live on a bus route to tell us what's going on. Braden?
Yeah, Metro Transit tells me this issue has been happening for about a week now. They've had to cancel or delay multiple morning routes. And for regular bus commuters like Riley Ryder, that can be a big deal.
I've seen the B bus when it's operating to Northport, just cancellations pop up just like in the snap of a finger. And like if somebody's commuting to work, that could be, you know, extremely impactful. We got to be on time, don't we?
So what's at the core of the problem? Well, Metro Transit spokesperson Mick Roosh told me today time spent training new staff has meant mechanics have fallen behind on their federally required inspections. Without passing safety inspections, the buses can't run, leaving them with a shortage of available vehicles. In the meantime, he says they're working to standardize delays and cancellations as much as they can and make the most of the buses they can use. Mick told me they're hoping to get everything back up and running regularly by next week. Reporting live in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Didion Milling will pay over $1.8 million in penalties as part of a settlement with the U.S. Department of Labor over a 2017 explosion in Cambria that killed 5 people. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration levied the fines in the wake of a May 31, 2017 explosion at Didion's corn mill in Cambria. 5 people were killed in the blast and over a dozen others were injured. An investigation found that the explosion was caused by dust hazards created by the mill's operations, which could have been prevented if proper safety protocols were followed. 7 company officials face legal punishment stemming from the explosion. The UW Board of Regents vote last night will freeze hiring of positions in diversity, equity, and inclusion for the next 3 years.
But the proposal they agreed to will also reassign a third of current DEI employees to other work. Political reporter Will Keneally has more on what that might look like. Will?
Well, according to the text of the agreement, we're expecting at least 43 employees to be transferred off their current work to other new positions. But many of the regents who spoke last night say that the reduction of about a third of the system's DEI workforce does not take away from their overall mission. Here's UW-Whitewater Chancellor Corey King.
Let me be clear that our collective commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging is unwavering. As a professional in this space for nearly 30 years, I am confident that the work will prevail.
Now, in exchange for the regions voting for the proposal, the state legislature will unlock significant funds for things like building improvements and pay raises for UW employees. Now, we'll hear from a faculty representative coming up tonight at 5.
We will see you at 5. Thank you, Will. President Biden plans to travel to Milwaukee next week, marking his 3rd visit to our state this year. Biden was last in the state for a visit to Milwaukee in August. In February, he visited a Madison area union training center. The White House says that Biden plans to discuss his economic agenda while in Milwaukee on Wednesday. No other details about the trip, including where exactly the president will be going, were announced. Wisconsin is among a handful of critical states where Biden needs to persuade voters that his policies are having a positive impact on their lives by generating roughly $500 billion in corporate investments in factories and other facilities. A baseless political stunt. That is what President Biden is calling last night's vote in the GOP-led House of Representatives to begin formally investigating him for impeachment.
Republicans say they're pursuing the truth. Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with more on what it could mean for the presidential election.
House members leave for the holidays today, but Republicans say they'll return in the new year with new powers to investigate President Joe Biden.
The resolution is adopted.
House members voted along party lines Wednesday to formally authorize the GOP-led impeachment inquiry.
I think that sent a message loud and clear to the White House. We expect you to comply with our information requests and our subpoenas.
Republicans say the resolution gives them more subpoena power in their investigation into the Biden's foreign business dealings. The White House and Democratic lawmakers say the year-long investigation has not turned up any evidence of wrongdoing by the president.
The do-nothing Republican Congress has visited upon the American people chaos.
Hunter Biden refused to testify behind closed doors Wednesday, but gave a statement and offered to testify publicly.
Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics.
The vote this week puts members on the record on this issue heading into a major election year when all 435 seats in the House and President Biden are on the ballot.
What we're seeing right now is the politics of vengeance.
Todd Belt is a professor of political management at the George Washington University.
I think the next thing we're going to see is documents and people being subpoenaed and maybe perhaps even some people being held in contempt. And there's going to be a lot of muddying the waters if they don't find any sort of smoking guns.
With razor-thin margins in the House, both parties believe the inquiry could benefit them politically next year. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
President Biden's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, traveled to Israel today for talks with the prime minister and members of the Israeli war cabinet. The meetings come amid rising tensions between the U.S. and Israel over the ongoing war in Gaza. The Israelis say the current phase of their offensive should be completed in 2 to 3 weeks, followed by lower intensity strikes and raids. With Palestinian survivors experiencing starvation, dehydration, and disease, Israel is facing an international outcry over the...
The president was referring to concerns that he has and that we have, that we know the intent is there by the Israelis to limit civilian casualties and damage to civilian infrastructure, but sometimes the results don't always come out that way.
Yesterday, President Biden had his first face-to-face meetings with the families of Americans taken hostage by Hamas, including the parents of 23-year-old Hirsch Goldberg Poland. 8 Americans kidnapped on October 7th remain unaccounted for. The Biden administration says it remains focused on bringing them home.
A recent study reveals drug overdose deaths among older Americans has quadrupled over the past 2 decades, and alcohol abuse has also increased increasing in this age group. Those alarming statistics are prompting the Senate Aging Committee to investigate why abuse is on the rise. Senators learned a large portion of the drug overdose deaths among seniors are attributed to the use of synthetic drugs such as fentanyl. One of the nation's former drug czars testified at least 110,000 Americans died of overdoses last year.
This equates to someone dying every 5 minutes. It's a major airliner going down every single day. It's 9/11 happening every 10 days. This is just not acceptable. Older adults are not immune.
Senators agree expanding substance abuse treatment in Medicaid and Medicare coverage could help save lives in a population society often fails to consider.
Ground is broken for expansion of an innovative Wanakee Early Childhood Learning Center. Inspire Early Childhood Learning Center plans to add 10,000 square feet, which will include 6 new classrooms, allowing the center to grow from serving 255 to 323 students every day. It's part of Inspire's plan to pioneer new ideas to address the numerous challenges facing Wisconsin's early care and education system.
We are pioneering some new ideas in early childhood development on character trait building. That is really important. I think it could be the future of early childhood development. But also, providing them a stable school with stable teachers is really important.
That's the cutest construction crew we've ever seen. The unique center incorporates exotic animals, including zebras and camels on its 40-acre property with direct access to Governor Nelson State Park. The center says its business model has allowed it to raise its average educator wages to $22 an hour to help them hire and retain workers.
Still to come on Live at 4, parents and givers, you're going to want to listen up here. You're going to want to hear what a new medical study found when it comes to brain development and social media use.
Dr. Zorba Pastor is at his office in Oregon, and he'll share the potential issues facing adolescents who spend too much time on screens. That's when Live at 4 continues.
We often get asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices after an accident?
The answer is very simple, yes. We don't get paid until we win your case. It costs you nothing up front to hire Gruber Law Offices. The call, the consultation, all free. You pay nothing until we win your case. It's just that simple. Call us today, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Outlets at the Dells, an attraction not to be missed. With over 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill family gift givers and all who love a smoking hot discount. We are all about the deal, the joy of finding the ultimate stocking stuffer, the perfect bag for the fashionista on your list, the holiday outfit that makes you shine, and the discounts that no one else can touch. Save up to 70% off full price and receive a free Vera Bradley gift with your $350 same-day receipts. Visit customer service for full details.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto, a medicine specifically designed for heart failure. Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, you can keep on doing what you love. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
Willie Street Co-op has the perfect gift for every foodie on your list. Our seasonal gifts feature thoughtful selections of great goodies like culinary delights for your favorite gourmand or treats for the sweet tooth in your life and special items for the host with the most. We even have gift ideas for kids. And the best part is every time you purchase one of these seasonal items, you're supporting fair trade, local, and natural vendors. Be an amazing gift giver and do a world of good with Willie Street Co-op this holiday season. Willie Street Co-op. everyone is welcome.
I volunteer because it's, I think, the right thing to do, and selfishly, yeah, I get a lot of joy from doing it. It's a joy that comes from taking people to where they need to go. Just watch your step coming out. You can't bottle it, you can't buy it. That only comes from volunteerism. When people really need to get to those medical appointments and they don't have any other means, I just look at it as kind of like the least I can do to try to help out.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
It's a big night for Wisconsin sports fans.
The Badger volleyball team starts its quest for a national championship tonight when they meet Texas in the first round of the Final Four. It's in Tampa, Florida, tonight at 8:30. And the Badger men's basketball team takes on Jacksonville State. That's at 6 at the Kohl Center. Sophomore guard A.J. Storr is one of the players to watch tonight after transferring from St. John's. He's been impressing fans and the coaches with his shooting. Fellow sophomore guard Connor Asijan talked about Storr with sports director Zach Hanley during this week's taping of the Wisconsin Huddle.
He just loves the game of basketball. He just loves to go out there and play. And I mean, for him to be able to be fitting in the system the way he is, you know, already, but for him to be able to learn and be open-armed to coaches and teammates about what we're about in the culture and just the Wisconsin basketball play style, you know, for him to be able to do what he's doing in the system already is awesome to see.
You can hear more from Asijan on the Wisconsin Huddle tomorrow night at 6:30. And if you'd like to be a part of the show, all you have to do is show up Monday night at the Mount Horeb Buck and Honey's location. That's where the show is recorded Monday nights at 7 p.m.
Well, if you are thinking about buying a luxury midsize SUV for someone special this holiday season, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety is out with some new ratings that might help you decide which one to choose. Using what the IIHS calls an updated moderate overlap crash test, the safety group gave its highest rating to the Lincoln Aviator, Mercedes-Benz GLE class, and the Volvo XC60. They say those vehicles offer solid protection for front and back seat passengers.
Compared to other classes, this mid-size luxury SUV class did very well in our testing. More than half received good or acceptable ratings, and it shows that when automakers put in the designs to improve rear seat protection, they can perform very well in our test.
The IIHS rated the Cadillac XT6 as the worst performer with a poor rating. They say the underperformers need to look closely at how to improve rear seat passenger restraint systems. On Wall Street, the Dow continues a week-long rally, gaining 158 points. The Nasdaq gains 27, while the S&P was up 12.
A new study finds severe morning sickness in pregnant women may be linked to a particular hormone. When Charlotte Howden was pregnant with her son, she never expected such a happy time to be so miserable. She was suffering from hyperemesis gravidarum, a severe form of morning sickness. Now scientists say they know why. Researchers at the University of Cambridge find that babies produce a hormone called GDF15, and that can trigger the illness.
What we've discovered is that GDF15 is not just a contributor to hyperemesis, but is the major contributor to the worst form of nausea and vomiting in pregnancy.
Researchers believe that exposing women to the hormone prior to pregnancy could be helpful. Medical trials for new treatments could start in the next few years. Well, adolescence is a vulnerable period of brain development.
And increasing evidence shows that social media use may be linked to risky health behaviors and depression in teens.
A new peer-reviewed study on this was just released in the British Medical Journal, and Dr. Zorba Pastor is here to tell us more about it. Hi, Zorba.
Hi, good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Tell us a little bit about this study, boy. These screens are a parent's worst nightmare.
Right, that is exactly it. So the study was a compilation of other studies looking at social media and how social media affects our children. And what they were looking at specifically were alcohol, tobacco, illegal drug use, marijuana use, and a whole bunch of other things. And what they discovered was that kids who were on social media, especially teenagers, for 2 to 3 hours a day were almost twice as likely to engage in alcohol use prematurely, in marijuana use, 85% much more likely to smoke cigarettes, and a whole bunch of other things that really were untoward behavior. And I think part of this is showing the influence of social media on our teenagers, and we have to do something about it.
So we've talked about this many times, how you're supposed to limit the time on social media, but Zorba, it is easier said than done. Let's be real about this.
Of course. And I'll tell you about it. One reason that it's easier said than done is parents often don't limit the time that they're on social media. All you have to do is go to a soccer game and see parents, they may be looking at their phone instead of looking at their kids playing soccer or hockey or baseball or that. So the only way to begin to limit social media is also for parents to limit social media. And I think one of the things to do is once a week, pick a particular night where you call it a social media end night, and no one touches social media after a certain time of night, and see what happens. But we've got to develop some ways as a parent to teach our children the right way, because they're being influenced, and that influence is really making a difference, and it's not a good difference in their lives.
That's a really good idea. And that'll be hard for the parents too. Everybody has to be on their phone for that.
Oh yeah, it's called unplugged.
Yeah.
Unplugged. I mean, go to a typical restaurant, and often you'll see a mom and dad and 2 or 3 kids, and they're all looking at their phone. They're looking at their phone instead of looking at each other. So part of it is a parental thing, and I think that's why we have so much difficulty. We don't like to shut this thing off either, any more than anyone else. And that's part of the secret. The most important thing here is that more and more studies have shown that social media is having a deleterious effect on our children. And as a parent, you have to figure out with your children, especially your teenagers, how you're going to limit the social media that they're using so that they're not influenced as much as they are.
All right. Zorba Pastor, thank you once again for joining us.
Thanks, Zorba, and Merry Christmas if we don't see you. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
We'll see you next year. I think that's the first time I've said that this year. Thank you, Zorba.
Well, you could call it a water closet caper.
A toilet decides to give back, if you will, making quite the scene at its humble abode. We'll get to the bubbly bottom of this story coming up a little later on Live at 4.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
Take a look at this. Deputies from the Anoka County Sheriff's Office in Minnesota executed a daring rescue after finding 2 men and a dog who had fallen through the ice while ice fishing. After spending some time in the water, the men were able to climb into a canoe while awaiting rescue. The deputies determined that the men were showing signs of hypothermia and could not wait for additional equipment to arrive. One of the deputies crawled onto the ice, tied to a long rope, and was able to bring both men and the dog back to shore. And of course, this comes with a warning for almost anywhere. It might be a little too early to venture out on any frozen lakes.
And with this El Nino, it might be a very challenging year for ice fishing. We have another take a look at this, a second clip today. This is Fort Lauderdale. This video, courtesy of Mark Kane, the hardest working guy in television, got off of his cruise ship from his Caribbean cruise, and he took this video for us. He said the winds today were 50 miles per hour with horizontal rain, and there was another television station there. They were doing a story about the weather. They actually interviewed Mark for their newscast in Fort Lauderdale.
Lucky them.
Yeah, he cannot get away from it no matter what he does. Mark, thank you, though. That's really something to see.
50
Still looks beautiful, though, doesn't it?
But you'd hate that sand to be hitting you, right?
I mean, yeah, this happens along...
That's not a bad problem to have.
Right.
Let's just talk about that, right?
I mean, this happens along the coast in a lot of places because the wind is not being stopped by anything when you're out in the ocean. It's just water.
And they've had a lot of rain. Yeah. And we're high and dry and sunny.
Yeah, that's probably why they're having a lot of rain. The high pressure's up here, causing the low pressures to stay south. So we're going to remain dry. I'll have the full forecast right after the break, though.
I'm not infallible, but my makeup is.
New Infallible Matte Resistance Liquid Lipstick by L'Oreal Paris. Transfer resistant, lightweight feel, up to 16 hours long lasting.
It makes me feel infallible. You're worth it.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
A 33-year-old woman has fenders and a new headlight installed on her bike, but the parts are badly designed and cause her to crash. She never walks again. She decides to hire Habish, & Rotier, and she receives $14.5 million. The Habish team negotiates with the headlight manufacturer in Germany, the fender company in Hong Kong, the fender designer in Madison, and the bike shop in Seattle. It is literally the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier, National reputation, hometown service.
Choose Advil Liquid Gels for faster, stronger, and longer-lasting relief than Tylenol Rapid Release Gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil, the pain away.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the rest of the week and for next week. We are going to see some rain late Friday night into early Saturday. A small possibility we could see a mix of snow, but we will mostly see rain from that system. And pretty much all of next week will be dry. Doesn't look like there's really any big chance of rain. And temperatures will remain mild, although not as warm as they were today. Still going to be above average for much of next week all the way through Christmas. So looking at Futurecast for this upcoming rain system tomorrow night, we aren't going to see the clouds develop until early tomorrow morning. And then we are going to see a lot of cloud cover during the day tomorrow as temperatures will be a tad bit cooler but still above average. Likely aren't going to see that rain until the later overnight hours and possibly won't even see that rain until the daytime on Saturday. But we are expected to see some pretty widespread rain during the day. And it could get heavy at times, but in general, we're mostly seeing light to moderate rain, and it could last throughout the day before it starts to break up during the evening with some lingering showers still possible into the early overnight hours Saturday. And then by Sunday morning, we are going to be dry, and Sunday will be dry during the day. So looking at the precipitation forecast, may see about a ½ inch at most, but the majority of our area will see around 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Not expect to see a lot of precipitation. And as I previously mentioned, this will mostly be in the form of rain. Now, after that system, Friday into Saturday, we are looking very dry for the rest of the week. There really isn't a big chance of precipitation until possibly Christmas weekend. Now, I want to talk about the snowfall we've seen so far this December. We've seen a little over a ½ inch or 1.5 inches of snow. And up to this point, we average right around 5 inches. And for the entire month, we average about 1 foot. And looking forward toward the rest of the month, we may stay at that 1.7. Now, it's hard to say for sure what will happen around New Year's, but at this point, we really aren't expected to see any snowfall for the foreseeable future until at least the weekend of Christmas, because it is going to be dry for all of next week. But at the very least, temperatures will be nice. Highs will be right around 40 degrees for a lot of next week. Tomorrow, they'll be in the mid-40s, so a bit cooler than today, but still above average. And here's a look at the high temperature forecast for the next 10 days. Upper 30s, lower 40s. Meanwhile, the normal here is supposed to be in the lower 30s. And as far as precipitation, again, not expect to see that much after Saturday morning. We will see partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout much of the time next week with high temperatures above average, breezy on Monday, but really next week is going to be very calm. Sadly, we likely aren't going to see a white Christmas, but the good news is that many people that will be traveling home for the holidays shouldn't see any travel headaches, at least around our area. It doesn't look like we're going to see a ton of precipitation elsewhere, but for the road conditions, they're looking to be pretty solid.
That is that is good news, and that's important too. All right, Jacob, thank you. Well, the 1954 movie White Christmas, that's a favorite. Do you love that movie?
Yes.
I love it. It features a scene where there's the prediction it won't be long before we'll all be there with snow. Bet many of us snow lovers are playing that tune in our head a lot right now.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, you have a good singing voice.
Well, it needs to be worked on. We need another person, too, if we're going to sing that iconic song, Snow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But much like the iconic movie White Christmas, many of us are wanting to know why this Christmas is just like the movie here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, do you guys want to go on a trip?
Let's do
that.
that.
Let's go on a trip. As part of our Beyond the Barometer series, we can go to our graphics. Where are we going to go?
How far do we have to go to get to the snow?
We got to go pretty far. Look at this. We're up here in Madison, obviously, but we're going to go all the way down to Peru.
Okay.
Notice all that warm water, all those oranges and those reds. When you get those really, really warm sea surface temperatures off the coast of Peru, where they normally have really cool waters, and their fishing is usually really bad when you have this really, really warm temperatures, it starts this series of events. It's called teleconnections. Isn't that a word? It's like a game of telephone, actually. So the weather patterns in Peru start talking to other weather patterns around the world. And then what occurs here in the Midwest, warmer than normal temperatures, drier than normal conditions, so our chances for snow not very high, and El Nino really starts to take off and peak during December, but it can last into January, can last into February as well. And our friends at the Climate Prediction Center, we can march forward here. Look at this, Charlotte and Susan, look at that. Next 6 to 10 days, above normal temperatures, much above normal temperatures. Go at 8 to 14 days, that takes us out to Christmas. Jacob was just talking about that. Staying above normal, even going out the next 3 months. Staying above normal. And then when you add the precipitation in there, even though when we go out towards Christmas time, look at that little dot right around that December 22nd, 24th, 25th. Just because we're a little bit above normal in the precip doesn't mean that it's going to be snowing. It'll be warm enough for rain.
So it'll be wet, wet Christmas.
Yes, it could be a wet Christmas for us.
This is not supposed to happen.
No. You wouldn't think rain around Christmas, but this is again characteristic for El Nino type conditions here in southern Wisconsin, much of the upper Midwest. Like I said, drier than normal, less chances for snow. And even though we go out the next couple weeks, couple months, even though the chances for snow are lower and the chances for the cold temperatures are lower, it doesn't mean that we still can't get a snowstorm or some really, really cold temperatures. Just the chances are not as high as it would be under a normal winter, or the opposite of an El Nino is a La Nina winter where we tend to get more snow, more cold. But for winters like this and this Christmas that we have coming, maybe it's just a good time to watch White Christmas and relish in the movie and enjoy the movie and enjoy the snow from the movie.
And anything is possible.
And it is possible. The weather system we are watching towards that Christmas time frame. On the backside of it, we could get just enough cold enough temperatures that maybe some of that rain will turn over to a little bit of snow. So there's the hope there, folks, that maybe we'll see just a little bit of snow on the backside of that and whiten things up for that White Christmas, and then I can work on my voice and maybe sing the Bing Crosby song.
That would be lovely.
All right, thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Very interesting.
Well, coming up, a plumbing scare goes viral, and you're going to see why.
And then coming up next hour at 5, a health scare almost took one Badger senior off the volleyball court this season. Arman Rahman shows us how a doctor helped her make it to tonight's Final Four competition. That story's coming up in a half hour.
It's that time of year again, America. So let's light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology, space, and flexibility for any season. Get special offers on our adventure-ready SUVs or on our great selection of Ford trucks. And make the holidays bright with Ford. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford SUV and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $3,500 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at GAWon'tWait.com.
Menards is celebrating Ryan Blaney's NASCAR Championship with 12% off everything till Christmas. Owens Corning Foamular insulation panels offer a continuous layer of insulation and superior moisture resistance. Additionally, save up to 30% with federal income tax credits and qualifying energy efficiency home improvements. Visit menards.com/energy rebates for details. Get 12% off Owens Corning insulation.
Merry Christmas and enjoy your 12% off everything.
Madison Magazine is growing, and we're seeking top talent for media sales. It's more than just a job, it's something bigger. Unleash your income. Apply today on channel3000.com and be part of something big.
Burning the candle at both ends this holiday season? Well, if it's Z's you need, the holiday sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. And right now, everything is on sale, like the budget-friendly Summit Queen for only $332.49. Or check out Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now just $474.99. Get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 5 years, no interest financing, and free shipping right to your doorstep. The holiday sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
New at 5, the UW funding deal is finally squared away. News 3 now hears from one worker who is thankful to get around the pay block.
Tracking unbelievably warm temperatures in the 50s, folks, and that warm temperatures are going to stick around for some time. But when we track rain chances tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, multiple Madison Metro buses missed their routes yesterday. To find out what happened to that much-needed public transportation, how it impacted riders tonight at 6.
Welcome back, giving the weather satellite a spin. And we are in New York City at an ice skating rink. We think it might be Central Park.
This is very popular, but the Zamboni is on the ice.
Everybody off the ice right now.
Right before we took this shot, there were skaters all over the rink.
39 degrees there.
Beautiful night in New York City.
Well, a California woman is in awe of her toilet after a pretty bizarre plumbing issue.
Her bathroom was magically transformed into a winter wonderland.
CNN's Jeannie Mose tries to flush out the cause.
It looks almost inviting if it weren't coming out of the toilet.
Oh my God, you guys, what do I do?
A San Francisco Bay Area woman who goes by the name Queen Akoya on TikTok posted the video.
What is this? What's happening?
Hey, if you happen to be
the Tidy Bowl Man,
this would qualify as a bubble bath.
For the prettiest bubbles to tickle your nose.
The internet was nosy. Why is your toilet foaming at the mouth? Someone else suggested, set up your Christmas village. The toilet is located on the second floor of a brand new 6-story building. Queen Akoya reeled off a few theories.
That the kids upstairs were playing scientist in the toilet and it got out of hand, or that someone was going absolutely ham with some laundry soap.
We consulted McAvoy Plumbing, and Kevin suggested the toilet is most likely receiving suds from washing machines in apartments above due to a blockage in the drain line. As nice as bubbles look,
I love it.
Kevin the plumber says these suds are most likely clean, but the pipes they came from, not so much. After this internet soap opera, might as well name this toilet.
My name is Mr. Bubble.
Jeannie Mose, CNN. New.
So somewhat clean bathroom then.
Could you imagine though walking in and seeing that?
Oh no, I just turned right back around.
And it's a new building too. It's like, how's the drain clogged already? Oh, guys.
We've got issues.
Well, we'll get a check on what we hope is a stress-free afternoon commute.
And speaking of stress, how are you doing with Christmas 11 days away? Our happiness professor is here with some words to the wise to make sure we all have a happy and healthy holiday season.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tirvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tirvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tirvaya.
The year-end Red Tag sales event is on at all Bergstrom Chevrolet locations. Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin. Lease a 24 Silverado Crew Cab starting at $349 a month, or a 24 Equinox starting at only $169 a month. Get up to $10,000 savings on a 23 Silverado Crew Cab. Don't miss out on the biggest savings of the year from Wisconsin's largest Chevy dealer. Hurry in today or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Stella uses AT&T for her internet and mobile service. Abby has Spectrum One. The difference is big. With AT&T, Stella pays a lot more.
I do?
It's $110 a month for AT&T internet and an AT&T unlimited extra line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets big savings. Spectrum internet with the most reliable internet speeds.
It's really fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G. All with no added taxes or hidden fees. Now you can get Spectrum internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
With Spectrum One, Abby is saving big. Over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings. So Stella, what do you think?
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Spectrum One is a big deal. Call 800-872-0180. Visit spectrum.com or a Spectrum store today.
Outlets at the Dells. With 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill the trendsetters and all who love a smokin' hot discount. Save up to 70% off full price and receive a free Vera Bradley gift with your $350 same-day receipts. Visit customer service for full details.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meats.
Donate blood at Stoughton Health's upcoming blood drive on December 15th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will be hosted at our Community Health and Wellness Center. Sign up online at bloodcenter.org.
It's time now for your first warned traffic. Just a few minor slowdowns to report on, one of which a westbound belt line just to the west of Fitch Hatchery Road. We're seeing speeds down to around 15 miles per hour for a stretch about a mile. So just be prepared that there are some slowdowns there. And also off to the north, north of 94, northbound on the interstate, there's a small slowdown with speeds down to around 30 miles per hour. But other than that, we're not looking at any big slowdowns across our area. The rest of the interstate down south to Janesville is green in both directions, 70 miles per hour. And also up north towards the Dells, we're seeing speeds at 70 miles per hour in both directions. So looking at specific times, you know, westbound, there's a little bit of a slowdown up to 20 minutes, but still in the yellow. Green eastbound and also Sun Prairie to downtown is in the green at this hour. And that's your first warned traffic.
All right, Jacob, thank you. A woman from Athens, Georgia, accidentally threw out a tenant's $500 cash rent payment. The money was in a bright green Hallmark envelope that she sent out with the recycling. And when she realized what she'd done, she called the local waste management company. Now, remarkably, after searching for this for a few hours, workers were able to find the money.
My gosh.
Can you believe that?
What are the chances?
It had to have been the green envelope.
Right.
Otherwise, they never would have found it.
Right.
We love that.
Oh.
See, that's a Christmas miracle.
Yes.
Well, it is crunch time, speaking of Christmas, 11 days and counting.
So the final rush to get presents under the tree is on. How's your stress level?
There are strategies to help you maximize your joy and reduce stress when it comes to buying for the holidays. Our happiness expert, Christine Whelan, is here. She's a clinical professor of consumer science at UW-Madison. Hi, Christine.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Every time we see you, we talk about all the time, can money buy you happiness? And you always say, yes, if you do it well.
Absolutely.
Right? What do you mean?
You can buy happiness if you spend your money right, but it's not on things. It's on buying time. It's on experiences. It's on being able to spend time with those you love and reduce the stress. And that is the message we all need to hear right now, because as we are getting into those final days of frantic shopping, we want everything to be perfect, right? And we tend to focus on the wrong things. So there are some things we can do to use our resources, our time, our talent, and our treasure to maximize our well-being this holiday season.
But can I just add, I mean, what if you've got little kids?
Okay.
Because they want toys and things to open. They're not as good with experiences.
I am right there with you. I do have little kids, and it is great to wrap up very big things under the tree or however you celebrate. This is what I've done for my son this year. I have really very big boxes. His most exciting gifts are actually quite small. They're experiences, they're going to be trips, there are things in envelopes, right? But it is kind of nice to have one big wrapped thing.
So how do you deal with the stress when you realize, oh no, I've spent too much or I don't have enough?
Right. So the idea that you could go into debt during the holiday season is something you really want to avoid, because we have this idea that that's what the holidays are about. It's not. It's really not. And so if you can give a coupon for going together with somebody to do something in the future, or even a coupon, hey, let's shop for this on sale over the next couple months. We'll do it together. We'll make a day of it. Those are the kind of gifts that can really start a tradition and be memorable and help you not go into debt.
Especially this year, it's going to be harder than ever.
With inflation, it is getting harder than ever, and the Christmases that we thought that we could provide may not be in the financial cards. That's when spending for joy, spending for togetherness becomes all the more important.
Now, you have a great tool to help people sort of figure out where their priorities lie.
Yeah, I love thinking about things in terms of Mad Libs whenever possible, right? We take this daunting idea, and if you break it down into small steps, it can be kind of a fun exploration. So this holiday season, how can you spend in keeping with your values? Not just your money, but your time, your talent, your treasure. All of those things in keeping with your values. How can you focus on joy? What are the activities that are going to really bring you joy? Having everything be perfect usually does not bring us joy.
Right, let that go.
Right, so letting that go, I need to remind myself of that too. And then, who are the people that you care about most? Who are the causes you care about most? The idea of thinking about somebody other than yourself, the research shows that that really makes you happier than just focusing on me, me, me.
And it's a worksheet that everybody can get on your website. We've got it right here.
Yeah, it's just freely available, and you can fill this out on my website, ChristineWhelan.com. You can fill it out, and in fact, you can make your own. You can do this with your family. That's the wonderful thing about this. Customize it however is useful.
There's your family experience right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Indeed.
Yeah. And stay together as a unit during this whole season.
Absolutely. Talk about it in advance so that then you can celebrate and really make this a new tradition, perhaps.
I like it.
I do too.
Thank
Great
you.
advice.
I'm all for stress-free. Okay, let's get there
wish
together.
Us all luck. We're going to get there together.
You have to get through finals too. Finals and Christmas.
I do.
So
there's a lot of stress to go
scoop.
around.
Thanks, Christine. Have a great holiday.
Thank you.
Great to see you. And we'll be right back.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I'm not infallible, but my makeup is.
New Infallible Matte Resistance Liquid Lipstick by L'Oreal Paris. Transfer resistant, lightweight feel, up to 16 hours long lasting.
It makes me feel infallible. You're worth it.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
2 at 5, the UW funding deal is finally squared away. We'll hear from one worker who is thankful to get around the pay block. Then one of UW's star volleyball players nearly ended the season early. How a doctor helped her return to the court. That's coming up next.
Friday on the next Wisconsin Huddle, we switch from women's hockey to men's basketball. Sophomore sensation Connor Segan is in the house. Plus, witness a showdown with me and four-time Big Ten volleyball champ Lauren Barnes. Join me Friday night starting at 6:30.
Here's a final look at your forecast. We are going to see some rain tomorrow night into early Saturday. Should be dry by Sunday with high temperatures remaining above average. Average high at this time of year is in the lower 30s, and we're going to be in the middle to upper 30s into the lower 40s from Saturday all the way through Christmas Eve, possibly even for Christmas as well. We also aren't expected to see much rainfall, but if it does precipitate, it will likely be in the form of rain, and that could happen on Christmas Eve. So enjoy warmer than average temperatures and drier conditions.
All right, thank you very much. Tomorrow on Live at 4, the News Hounds have a special holiday edition.
And we visit with the hosts of one of the most popular Fix-It shows, the Cabin Masters, from their hometown of Manchester, Maine. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford F-150 and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,500 FlexBuy cash only at your local Ford dealer.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Garage doors are what, number 3 on return on investments right now? A new garage door can raise the value of the whole street. When the neighbors start seeing your door, they're going to say, who did that? Precision did that.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
The new T-Box event and dining room with private bar is there waiting for you at Vitense Golfland. 2 large HD TVs are available for viewing, meetings, and casual gatherings. Private bar is available for any type of event. No meeting can compare with adding activities at Vitense Golfland. Enjoy indoor-outdoor miniature golf suites, and golf and multi-sport simulators. Add chocolate shop ice cream. As our sign says, ice cream solves everything. Infuse life and fun into your meetings and events at Vitense Golfland.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Today in our final touch, a rainbow-colored field of lights lights up Manhattan's Freedom Plaza near the UN headquarters.
Melding art, technology, nature, the large-scale public art installation consists of about 19,000 low-voltage STEM spheres spread across 6 acres that slowly shift color. Guests are invited to walk a winding path through the glowing landscape framed by the city's iconic skyline and the East River waterfront. The British artist who created the project has done similar walkthrough experiences around the world. This is his first installation, though, in New York City.
Beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Season of lights. That'll do it for us at 4 today, everybody. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.